All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to take a really close look at GoTo Telemed. It's a platform that's, well, it's totally trying to change the game for healthcare providers. So if you've ever found yourself thinking, there has to be a better way to do this, then you're definitely in the right place.
Okay, so let's start with where things are right now. To really get why a new model is so exciting, we first have to be real about the challenges of the old one. And for a lot of you out there, I'm guessing these challenges are, yeah, they're pretty familiar.
I mean, it's a straightforward question, right? But the answer? Not so much. Are you really the one calling the shots? Does your job work for your life? Or does it feel like your life is just revolving around a crazy, demanding job? Let's break that down a bit more. So does any of this ring a bell? That whole feast or famine thing with your income. 1 month you're good, the next, who knows? Or the mountain of paperwork that just pulls you away from actually helping people. And that constant worry, not knowing what next month looks like. It's no wonder this stuff leads to serious burnout. Okay, so that's the problem. But what's the solution? Let's totally switch gears and look at something different. A model that was built from the ground up to fix exactly these issues by putting you, the provider, back in control. Now, the first thing to get is that GoTo Telemed isn't just another app or some piece of software. It's a real partnership, and it's a huge network. We're talking access to over 10 million patients across the country. But even with that massive scale, the main idea, the whole point, is to put the provider first. This right here, this shows the huge difference. On one side, you've got the typical contract work. You're basically a gig worker trading your hours for dollars. But on the other side, with GoTo Telemed, you're an owner. Think about that. You're not just seeing patients. You're building your own digital asset, your own patient panel, and you're doing it with total freedom and a guaranteed stream of patients. And look, you're not just thrown into the deep end here. The platform is your entire support crew. It's like having a full back office team that handles all the stuff you don't want to deal with. The tech, the billing, the onboarding, even the training. The whole shebang. It frees you up to do what you actually love, taking care of patients. And right at the center of it all is your EMR. And let's be super clear, this isn't something you're just renting or borrowing. It's yours. It's the command center for your entire practice, and you have all the keys. You're in complete control. Okay, so support is great, ownership is great, but what does that actually mean for your bank account and your calendar? Let's talk about the two things that really matter, your money and your time. We're going to get into the numbers right now. All right, here it is. This is the number that usually gets people's attention. And this isn't some pie-in-the-sky figure. It's based on totally realistic averages on the platform. This is what predictable, stable income can actually look like. And we're not just pulling that number out of thin air. Look at how it works. It's based on a pretty conservative average, just 10 patients a day. When you see it broken down like this, you realize how a consistent flow of patients adds up to some seriously predictable revenue. See, this is how all the pieces fit together. That income is real because you're guaranteed over 200 patient assignments every single month. You're not spending a dime on marketing, and the best part, you control your schedule. That work-life balance that always seems impossible, it's actually within reach. And all the while, you're building a real asset that belongs to you. Okay, but what's the catch, right? What's it cost? Well, they keep it super simple and transparent. To get access to literally everything we've talked about, the platform, the patients, the support, it's just one single all-inclusive annual fee. No surprise charges, no per-visit fees, just one number, that's it. So you might be asking, okay, this sounds interesting, but is it for me? Well, with a system this big, the answer might actually surprise you. Let's see who can join. The whole idea behind GoTo Telemed is collaboration. It's not siloed, it's not just for one specialty, it's actually designed so that all kinds of different professionals can work together, send referrals back and forth, and really provide that complete whole-person care. And just take a look at this list. I mean, it's just a sample, but you've got everyone from physicians and nurse practitioners to clinical psychologists, dietitians, even clinical social workers and holistic practitioners. It's a really wide tent, creating a space for so many different licensed pros to build their own practice. All right, so we've covered the what and the why. Now for the last piece, the how. How do you actually get on board? Well, the whole process is designed to be two things: simple and fast. You know those long, drawn-out onboarding processes that just drag on forever? Yeah, forget that. This whole thing is streamlined to get you from the moment you apply to your very first consultation in about 30 to 45 days. They respect that your time is valuable. And it really is simple. It boils down to just 3 steps. 1, you fill out the application online. 2, you review and sign the service agreement, so everything is clear. And 3, you get your new provider ID and you're ready to go. Boom, done. So what does that 30 to 45-day window look like in practice? Well, in the first couple of weeks, you're knocking out the application and agreement. Then, for the next week or 2, they handle all the credentialing and setup. And before you know it, by week 4 or 5, you're in onboarding and getting ready to see your first patients. It's a really clear, straightforward timeline. So when you boil it all down, this isn't just about finding another job. It's about a chance to really transform your entire career, to serve patients you couldn't reach before, and to finally build a professional life that works for you on your terms.
And that brings us right back to where we started, with that big question. After seeing all this, how would you answer it now? Seriously, take a second and imagine it. Having that control, that flexibility, that kind of stability. What would you do if your practice was finally built around your life, instead of the other way around?